Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. It's nice and bright and sunny today and a lovely beautiful day on this planet. So I hope you're doing okay. I'm having my cup of tea this morning. I've chosen my celestial seasonings again. This is peppermint. Now, I don't normally drink peppermint tea, but I really like theirs. It's got a really soft taste to it, and it's non-caffeine, so it's super nice to drink sort of throughout the day. And so here we are. Cheers. Hope that you're got a drink or coffee, smoothie, juice, whatever you like that gets your day off to a great start. And I'm doing my peppermint tea. So, one thing I wanted to first of all start with is a thank you, because a lot of you have written to me and said that you can get celestial seasonings in your neighborhood, and I think someone even said in Walmart these days. And I just want to thank you for your offers of sending it to me. I have a little challenge with customs and Switzerland, so it's not real easy to get things to me without me having to pay duty, but it's really okay, and I appreciate your thoughts and just sharing that everyone else out there, not everyone, but many of you, love Celestial Seasonings tea. It's kind of a memory from our past, I think, and it's just really nice, a nice drink. So, hope you're enjoying maybe a cup of nice sleepy time, or Celestial Seasonings peppermint or chamomile, all kinds of cool things that they make. Anyway, so with a nice cup of tea, all is well with the world. That's my theory, anyway. So, I wanted to talk to you today about something that is at the heart of what we do here at 60andMe. We are all for practical, how-to, actionable things that you can do to change your life and to make it better and more engaging, more fun, less stressful, and healthier. We really do try to give you specific things that you can do, not just kind of talk in general terms about things that are on our minds. So we have a blogger, her name is Rita Cole, and she wrote an article that kind of added so many elements to things I would have suggested for you, depending on various things that you might be going through. But she wrote about it in the context of a friend of hers having to face early retirement. And basically said, here was this woman, didn't want to really retire, but was faced with an early retirement and was bored and scared and, really didn't know what to do with her life. So Rita came up with, I think, 20 serious things and fun things that you can do, during that retirement, whether you've been forced into retirement or by your job ending, or you've made a decision. That's it, done. 65, whatever, I'm on my way to other things. But anyway, so Rita gives some ideas, and I'm going to run through some of them. And, you're going to say to me as you're listening, okay, we've heard this before, and maybe there are some duplicates here. But, the thing is, it's not, like I've said before, there's no magic bullet. Like, I can't say, drink this cup of tea and all's going to be well with the world. It's really just drink a cup of tea and savor it and have gratitude for it. And that's what's important. It's the kind of the attitude to the thing that you do. So first thing she says is one of my favorites. And I'm going to say, travel. Just do it. Just do it. And if you say to me that you don't have enough money, I really will say back to you, there's some very inexpensive things you can do to go to the next town. You can walk. You can take a bus or train and just go or drive to the next place that's near your town, and look and go to it with open eyes and with an awareness of a new experience. Of course, if you can do foreign travel and do cruises, that's all the better. But if you really have a challenge with that, then just make the best of what you've got. Get out there and travel. Have a travel state of mind. Look for new things. Now, the other thing is to take a foreign language. Master a new language. Even if you learn it just for fun. I mean, there are some languages that are just fun and easy if you speak English. Now, I have to laugh when I say easy, because I'm not having so much luck with German. But, there are some languages that I'm more comfortable with, like French, for example. I studied French in school. So just learn a language. And there's Duolingo.com. There's a few others that you pay a little amount for, but Duolingo is free. And you can just go up and just practice online. Go to YouTube. There are some really fun YouTube videos with people teaching you foreign languages. And you just need 10 words and just stretch your brain. Another thing is to take up a hobby. Now, we know that this is really something that we do tend to want to do when we retire. We've been waiting all our lives to do these things that that we wanted to, like painting, or I'm going to do a pottery class in a few weeks. And it's really simple. It's just a very basic raku, which is a Japanese way of firing pottery. And then I'm taking a painting class where you paint cups. They have the cup ready in the bowl, and you just do painting on a pottery piece. But anyway, just whatever you choose, knitting, singing, needlepoint, crochet, just do a hobby. And that's free. Well, it's free if you do it at a minimum. If you want to buy lots of wool and expensive things, you can do that too. But just take up a hobby that you enjoy. And it could be something like walking or swimming. Just do something that you can afford and that you can do. Clean or declutter. This is a great thing to do when you're feeling a bit, what's the word, discombobulated, just when you've lost your job or you're in a transition time. Just open those drawers that have got things stuffed to the top. You have no idea what they are. Have a waste bin by the side of you, another bag for donating, another one for maybe selling, and just sort stuff. It does really, really good things for your brain and for your state of mind to just declutter your life. So try that. Another thing that Rita recommends is to volunteer. Now, of course, volunteering is something you can do all year, including times that you're working. But if you have a special passion, an interest that you care about, there's plenty of opportunity. Just do something that you care about. Go online. I think there's a place called volunteer.org that matches you up if you're in the States. But anyway, you're never going to be short of a volunteer opportunity. If you talk to your church or community center, there's lots to do. You can write that book, write that memoir, or just write a poem. Writing is a really cool therapeutic thing to do. So I would suggest if you've got any kinds of, just sort of thoughts on your mind or things you're trying to plan, just write it down. Another thing is to go to social organizations. I've talked a lot about Meetup, and I go to meetup.com quite frequently. I have my own Meetup group that I started for people who love train journeys. We have a lot of fun. And there's a Bollywood dancing class that I like to go to. And also, I think there's one on expats where you just meet other like-minded people. And it's really lovely. I mean, sometimes you have to search through the list, but meetup.com, really good option. Family. Spend more time with them if you can. Now, if you're not close to them, of course, you've got Skype and other technology options that you can pick up the phone or the computer and call them. But your family can be bigger than your family. It could be just all those people that you care about. You're the aunts and the auntie that you are to the little girl of a friend or the grandchild of a friend. Just really extend your idea of family and create your own family if you don't have one close to you. Just that's something to focus on. It takes effort, I admit, but it's something you can do, actionable. Another thing is to do a sport that you love. I mean, it kind of goes back to passions, but, specifically, I've read so many stories recently of people in their 80s, 70s and 80s who just decided, I'm going to start running or I'm going to start weightlifting. And they just did it. And they did it and they were successful with it. So it's something to definitely consider. Take up a sport. And of course, it's really good for you too. It gets the blood rushing to the brain, which is what we all need. Another thing is to join a sports league. This is like bowling or tennis, whatever you like. Just something that you enjoy doing. Golf. It doesn't have to be 16 holes or whatever. You can do like a short little 9-hole golf round, have a cup of tea with people, and there's plenty of community groups that you can join. Okay, what more? Mentoring and teaching. We've talked to this about in various articles, and it's the same as volunteering in a way. You can mentor on anything that you love. Perhaps you like to read, maybe read for the blind, or mentor a teenager who's having some challenges with something that you know how to do, or something you don't know how to do. You can learn together. Another thing is to take a spiritual journey. Join your church, join a spiritual organization that puts the focus on self-reflection. Join a meditation group. Try yoga. Lots of different options. Of course, staying fit is a kind of a no-brainer. That goes with exercise and passions, but it's most important to do things that are going to make you feel well and keep your health up. And so, work on buying healthy food. organic food. Do things that are really, really going to help you feel energized. Of course, you can read, easy peasy. You can take a part-time job. And it doesn't really have to be a big deal. I mean, I know it's sometimes, oh, I don't want to work in retail, or I don't want to work in, in something that's not my core competency. But hey, you get to meet people, and that's really important. Another thing with that is to join a civic organization. Maybe get elected to something. If you've got a passion that you feel really strongly about, that you want to contribute your knowledge and, get involved in community activity, or even national or federal, and if you're in the States, lots of work to be done. I think that there's a bucket list you can put together, and they sometimes evolve around travel, sometimes just about doing something. One thing. Like, I've got this passion about visiting all these cities in the world that are on 7 hills. I know, don't ask me. It's a little quirk that I started on years ago, just looking at all these different cities that are actually claiming, anyway, to be built on 7 hills. And I've gone and visited a bunch of them now. I mean, for example, in the UK, there's Bath and Sheffield and Seattle and Istanbul and Moscow and Prague, Lisbon. I'm going to run out, but there's a lot of them. Besançon in France, Saint-Étienne, Bamberg in Germany. They're all just on 7 hills, apparently. So it's kind of my little bucket list. But another thing is just to prepare to say goodbye. After all this life, you're going to have to let go at some point. And I know this is a tough topic. And it's Rita's topic. Rita Cole, the woman who wrote this article, she has put together this really cool little, it's like a USB that's got all kinds of questions. It's like a guide for you to fill in for your final plans. How to plan for your funeral, how to plan what you want, how you want it to be, how to make this perfect life ending, in the way you want it. So Rita's got her details in the article, but I think that's something that as we go into retirement and we start to look at different options for keeping ourselves busy and happy, that we think about that. It's important. And I know I've started making some lists, and they're all over the place, but I've got to pull it all together. And maybe Rita's thing would be helpful for me too. Anyway, I do hope this has all been helpful. I hope you feel energized by these suggestions. Thank you, Rita, for the article and for the ideas. And I'll put a link to the article so you can check it out. And I just hope you have a great day, everybody. So I have a question for you, and that is very simply, how are you planning to keep busy in retirement? What are you planning to do? Look forward to your comments. Thanks so much for being here, whatever stage of retirement you're in, and look forward to reading your comments, your feedback, and joining in myself. But what are you planning to do to keep yourself busy in retirement? Okay, everyone, well, have a wonderful day. Take very good care, and I'll see you all back here again soon. Bye-bye for now.